What is going on, guys? Bengal again here, coming back at you with another video today, another rebuild. This time we got the Arizona Cardinals. They've performed very poorly this year. However, they have some guys that make you excited for the future. They had a really good draft, one of my favorite draft classes of the 2019 NFL Draft, where they brought in Kyler Murray, who has performed great this year, but more specifically, they had guys that I thought were great, like mid-round picks and second round even too, but like Andy Isabella, I really liked coming out of UMass. You have Zach Allen coming out of BC that I thought was really good. They even got Akeem Butler in like the fifth receiver out of Iowa State. So they had some really good players that they added that I think are going to be big for this team going forward. So even though this is a fantasy style rebuild, I do want to still continue to build around some of those younger guys and develop them. But there are some players who are getting older who are probably on their way out. And this is the fantasy style. If you'd like to see the realistic style of this Cardinals rebuild, that is on the channel. That is in the rebuild playlist. You can search, Arizona Cardinals rebuild. You will find it if you want to see the realistic version. But yeah, unfortunately, there are some older players that we might look to get rid of, trade for some type of value, if that's Larry Fitzgerald or Patrick Peterson or even Chandler Jones here. All of those guys are at least 28 plus, which is where regression hits in Madden. And I think Patrick Peterson's 30, Larry Fitz, I want to say, is 35, and I think Chandler Jones is 29. So they might be on their way out. Let's go ahead and jump into it, though. When you take a look at the team, you've got some interesting pieces. DJ Humphries is probably the most interesting of the bunch, and I know that seems strange, but he's just the right age and overall, but weird development where it's like, do we keep him or do we look to go a different direction, maybe kick him inside to play guard or something like that? And so he's the one that I really don't have an idea of what we want to do with him. Nice pass block, of course, but there's something to work with here. Now, with everybody else, I pretty much know where we are. Justin Pugh is going to have to be replaced. Lamont Gaillard is probably going to start at center. I guess he got kicked over to guard, but he played center at Georgia and was actually pretty good. So he's going to go ahead and be our starting center. That is a pretty easy decision for me. But just the combination of Pugh's contract and his age at 29, only a 76 overall, I really don't think there's much to work with here for the future. So I'm going to look to move him. J.R. Sweezy, same deal. Marcus Gilbert probably going to get traded as well. Steelers gave him up for a 6th round pick. So Cardinals got themselves a pretty good tackle. He is 31. Probably going to look to trade him. Max Williams is here. Charles Clay, not too much working at tight end. And then at receiver, like Andy Isabella, I definitely want to be our slot receiver. Christian Kirk, I think, is fine. He usually develops pretty well. But Larry Fitzgerald, man, I just don't think that we can do anything here. He's 36 years old. So that puts us in a really tough spot because he's a decent overall. I know he's going to retire as a Cardinal. He's not going to go anywhere else. I would say there's a 99.9% chance he finishes his career as a Cardinal, but this is also a video game, and I'm the new GM, and he's not going to stick around. At running back, I don't really want to work with David Johnson or Kenyon Drake, to be honest, and certainly not Chase Edmonds. I think they're going to have decent trade value. I might look to move them and then draft a running back perhaps. And then David Johnson just hasn't been the same player. He had one amazing year, and the rest hasn't been amazing for him. And part of that's probably the awful offensive line, but, at some point I think you got to try and perform past that. And then Kyler Murray is fantastic for us here. 75 overall, star or better development. He should be able to improve at a really, really quick rate. So I'm happy with that. But other than that, I mean, really the only guys who are going to stay for sure: Christian Kirk, Andy Isabella, Kyler Murray, for sure. DJ Humphries I'm not sure about, and the rest are replaceable. And then defensively, here's the thing. Chandler Jones, 87 overall, superstar development, but he is 29. He's going to start regressing. Do I trade him now, or do I hold on to him and watch him regress? It depends what his contract's looking like. I don't think he's in a contract year, but I could be mistaken. I want to say that he has at least 2 left. Yeah, he's 3 years left. So we could hold on to him throughout that contract or look to trade him at his peak. I think we'll probably hold on to him for now. Jordan Hicks is decent. Hassan Reddick has not been a great first-round pick for them. Of course, they brought back Terrell Suggs, and what I mean by that is he went to school at Arizona State. Obviously, I know he was not ever anything but a Raven before that, but back to the Arizona area. I totally forgot they drafted Deontay Thompson as well. Buda Baker is here, who is quite good. I want to hold on to him. And here's another one that's kind of weird. Patrick Peterson, 88 overall. You'd have to think that he would have superstar development, by the way. Seems odd that he doesn't, but he's 29 years old. Of course, turning 30. It's another weird situation where he's going to regress pretty quickly. I probably should look to trade him before the trade deadline. Robert Alford's here. Rodney Gunter, Corey Peters, and Clinton McDonald. Zach Allen I definitely want to play, though. So I'm going to get him involved. Byron Murphy is a great player, or at least was coming out of Washington. Star development or better is going to be great for him. So we have definitely something to work with there. But let's go ahead, and I think what I'll opt to do is move to about the midseason mark, stop just before, and then make some trades after we can upgrade our players a little bit. And I guess hopefully Andy Isabella wins Rookie of the Year. Like, it'll probably go to a quarterback, so Kyler Murray might be there, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and simulate to about the midseason mark, and then I'll make some trades because nobody's regressing at the start of the season or midseason. It happens at the Super Bowl week, so why not get them to a higher overall and then move them? But yeah, let's get into this fantasy-style rebuild. Use code BENGAL on SeatGeek for a $20 discount when you buy tickets for anything. It's a no-brainer. You're going to go to the game anyway. Might as well save yourself $20. So, yeah, code BENGAL, SeatGeek. It's an app. Shout out. All right, so we are just at the trade deadline. Players will be moved. I'm going to upgrade the team. We're 4-3, which is way too high, by the way. Way too high. Shouldn't be anywhere near there. I'm sure we're going to be able to see Kyler Murray's development. I want to say it's star, but it could be superstar. It is star. We don't know Andy Isabella's quite yet. And defensively, Byron Murphy, we don't know his yet, really. He didn't play enough snaps. Somewhat surprising. He's 9 snaps away. Okay. Well, I guess our offense has been on the field a little bit. Not too bad, but, I mean, we might win the NFC West. We're close. The 49ers are undefeated at this point, but, I mean, who knows? But Larry Fitzgerald is an impending free agent. I've got to trade him, man. I know it wouldn't happen. T-Sizzle, I've got to trade him. Marcus Gilbert, got to trade him. Kenyon Drake, got to trade him. Players got to go. DJ Humphries is an expiring contract. How expensive are you? Way too expensive. Are you kidding me? Well, that makes the decision easy. You want me to pay DJ Humphries almost 17 over 2? No, he's a 74 overall. What do you mean? Absolutely not. Okay, first trade is a big one. Larry Fitzgerald, at the most, had yellow interest with teams, so it was kind of tough to find a good trade, but I like this one. We're trading Terrell Suggs and Larry Fitzgerald, who are a combined 130 years old, as well as the third-round pick, for Grady Jarrett, who is one of the better defensive tackles in the league and one of the better-kept secrets in the NFL as well. He's a really, really good player, and is a great addition to our defensive line on the interior. Gives us a lot of flexibility with whether maybe we want to push towards a 3-4 and change to a 4-3, I should say, because with Zach Allen, we could either play him at defensive tackle or defensive end. He mostly played edge at BC, but he kind of profiles more as a 3-4 end. So we could keep him in this role. We move Chandler Jones down, and our linebacking core would become a lot easier to figure out because then we just need one off-the-ball guy, and we need, we're one defensive end away. I don't know. I mean, we have options. The team, it certainly has not taken shape yet. I still don't know whether I want to trade Patrick Peterson. I probably should. He's such a tough player to replace, but at the end of the day, he is going to regress heavily this season, probably down at 86 or an 85. He's got 2 years remaining on his contract. Are we going to be contenders next year? It's possible, although I find it a little bit unlikely. I don't know, man. It's a tough decision with some of these guys. It really is. All right, trading Marcus Gilbert, a 4 this year and 4 next year, for a first-round pick from the Vikings. They are so bad in simulation every single year, so I always want to get their first-round pick because it's usually going to be a very, very good pick. So I'm very comfortable with making that trade. Kenyon Drake, Corey Peters, and a 3 gets me a first-round pick from the Miami Dolphins, another team that, shockingly, not performing so well this season. I'm still trying to get rid of some of these big contracts. I know we're going to take a penalty anyway. But, their overall age is just so strange that I feel like we'll try to keep him, and then I'll complain about it later. I still want to move David Johnson just because I think we're paying him too much to not do a whole lot. So, I'll figure that out. Charles Clay, Robert Alford, and a 5th gets us a first-round pick from the Jets. Just players I don't need and who are getting overpaid. So, All cool to do that. And I guess we'll hold on to David Johnson for the time being. Who else was an impending free agent? I'm just trying to clear a lot of that out. I know these are like cheesy trades or whatever, but we're trying to build a juggernaut. If you'd like to see the realistic version, I would recommend doing that if you don't like this. But we're going to build a sick team, and I think that happens through the draft, and we're getting a lot of money. We're going to be in a good spot. I could trade Brooks Reed. Like, some of these players just don't want to deal with like finding the time to do so. I think we've traded every player that kind of needed to go. Maybe like if I can find a package for Brooks Reed and DJ Humphries, I guess I would do that, but we'll have to see. I still think it's funny how we traded Kenyon Drake back to the Dolphins. I don't think I mentioned it, but that was funny. That was why I tried to package him into that one specifically. Okay, I'm trading Brooks Reed, DJ Humphries, and a second next year for Joel Bitonio and the beast out of Charlotte that is Larry Ogunjobi. So the team has actually changed quite a bit at this trade deadline. I would say, without question, the most a team has ever changed at the trade deadline in NFL history. I think that's not saying too much. Joel Bitonio, for now, is going to play left tackle. He did so at Nevada, and I think they tried using him in that role in the preseason and stuff. He wasn't too good, but whatever. So we're going to go ahead and play him at left tackle, where he drops in overall, but that's going to change eventually. As he'll progress, or two, he'll move back to guard. Either of those would happen. And then Larry Ogunjobi is going to go ahead and play right end for us, where I think he'll be a fairly good fit. Only 25 years old. Wish he was face cannon of the game, but clearly he is not. But now we have a great 3-4 defense. If we want to continue to progress Zach Allen, we can do that. We got a solid group of guys, and we'll continue and try to put out a winner, and obviously improve as well. As we got to regenerate this lineup to get Grady Jarrett actually playing and Zach Allen actually playing. So we would not make the playoffs, finishing at 5-11. What happened? Our offense was awful, at least in terms of yards. Our defense was about middle of the pack. I don't know. We were just not very good, I guess. Kyler Murray, not a great rookie season. Rushing, David Johnson was actually pretty good. Kyler Murray was great on the ground, so that's going to up his numbers a little bit. Christian Kirk was solid. Andy Isabella was not so solid. What happened with this offense? Or lack thereof. Defense wasn't even particularly good. I mean, yikes. I guess that's how this team won 5 games, but it's so interesting because we were 4-3. And then suddenly we won 1 game the second half of the season. Oh, we lost out after week 10. Oh my goodness. That is brutal, but it does give us a better pick, so I'm not complaining. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Mitch Trubisky. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. Alec Ogletree at number 3. Yeah, right. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Kyler Murray. Andy Isabella at 6. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Nick Bosa. Byron Murphy at 2. No Zach Allen? In free agency, we got 60+ mil to spend if we'd like to. And it's the same free agents per usual, obviously. Any that interest me, you don't want to make the same moves every time. It's been a while since we got Joe Thuney. So we might opt to do that. It's a pretty big contract, but I mean, he's a pretty good player. 27 years old. I think it'd be good to get him. Although I don't know if that will make it a priority. How does that not increase the the points on that? I don't know. We're going to offer him that contract. If he accepts, he accepts. If not, whatever. Don't want Matt Judon. I'd rather draft a running back than Austin Eckler, as David Johnson has regressed down to a 79 overall. Is there anyone else I really want here? Trevor Williams could be a good addition. Patrick Peterson has regressed to an 86. That's not that bad. We could still trade him this year if we'd wanted to. If no one's going to offer on Trevor Williams, I will. That's a little bit too expensive, but if I could extend that and then bring the money down a lot and just get him for real cheap, I would do that. It's only 65 total points. Really doubt we get him, but I mean, I'll offer on it. If we can get Greg the Leg too for cheap, that'd be nice. So we'll take that down quite a bit. Offer him 45 total points. If he accepts, he accepts. If not, whatever. Same deal. We can always just get somebody else. Marcus Gilbert's in here. What does he want annually? I'd give you a 1-year deal, and that's pretty much it. 70 total points. Another one. If he wants to come back, he can, but it's not a priority. We'll see what happens. That's all I can say. We'll see what happens. We got Joe Thuney. So that's a big addition to our team already. Now we can pretty much part ways with Justin Pugh if we wanted to, as we have left tackle, left guard, or we could move him over to right guard. Lamonkai Lard is fine. J.R. Sweezy, I want to cut. How much do we lose, or how much? What's the cap penalty for cutting him? $1.5 million. Is he going into the final year of his deal? He should be, right? Yeah, okay. So there's no real reason to cut him right now. We'll just let some of these contracts expire rather than taking the penalty incessantly. So, yeah, we'll pretty much simulate to the draft now, depending on if we get some of these players or not. So we got Marcus Gilbert. We got Greg Zuerlein. Trevor Williams decided to go elsewhere, which is fine. I think this is an overall great addition for our team. So, I mean, that's fantastic. And we'll pick up maybe a fifth year on Hassan Reddick. You'd love to have him on the team for another 5 or 6 years. Do I agree? I'll give him one more year to figure it out. But I don't know that I want to have him on the team for another 5 or 6 years. He hasn't been a particularly exciting draft pick for the Cardinals. He hasn't played particularly well. But he is a 75 overall inside linebacker, 77 at outside, which is a more natural fit. That's what he did at Temple. I mean, he's still really fast. He's a great athlete. If we can get him up to, say, even star development, we might have something there. What is he, 25? 25? I don't know. That's one where we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. NFL draft time. We got a lot of picks. I'm probably going to be trading down a decent bit. We have number 1 and number 2, and what is that, number 7? I've never been much of a counting man or much for numbers, but we got a lot of flexibility here. We can kind of do whatever we want. So if we want to get the best players in the draft, we can do that. If we want to get more picks and turn these high picks into players, we can do that. So, I mean, we got a lot of flexibility, which is what I like. If you know what I mean. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna trade down. I try to get like some good receivers. Teams were not having it. They don't want the number 1 overall pick for a great receiver, which I don't know. Whatever. The Titans are offering number 6 this year or number 9 next year projected, and a second round pick this year. I'm gonna do it, and then it just gives us flexibility to push it back. I keep saying that. I just wish I could pick a different word. But there goes a great linebacker to the Titans, Frank Malecki. And I'm going to take what I think is the best player in the class, at least for my needs. Xavier Mccloud out of Florida State. Wish he was a little bit more of an athlete, but the top skills are definitely there. He looks like he's a beast. Xavier Mccloud out of Florida State. Welcome to the Arizona Cardinals. Interesting. He is a 78 overall with star or better development. We took him at number 2. He's number 4 in the class. Here's the thing, why that's so interesting, is the 78 is a really high overall to draft, and he's only the 4th best in the class. And that could mean a couple different things. He could be tied for the highest overall at 78, but just be ranked at number 4. Or there are some studs in this class that we have the potential to take. So I'm excited for the potential of this for sure. But a good draft pick. He looks nothing like his picture. But that's a great edge on the other side of Chandler Jones. Wow, look at these great offers for the number 6 overall pick. I especially like this one from the Dolphins, which is a second-round pick this year, as well as a 4th and a 6th. Who would not want to make that move? We're trading number 6 overall for a 1st and a 3rd next year from the Vikings, who I hope are very bad again, as it will result in good picks for us. So that'd be cool. As there goes Rashad Virgil, who is a 76 overall rush end. So I'm more excited about the one that we got. Now, I'm probably going to take Del Russell here. He's a run support safety, 6'4", 200. So he's got some very interesting size, but decent athlete. I feel like he could be a good addition to the team. Maybe not a great player, but certainly decent enough. That's not exactly a great pitch to draft him, I suppose. Maybe I'll wait on that. Maybe I'll think about it. I don't know what to do here. I'm thinking about all 3 of these guys. Del Russell, Raheem Silvers, and Gilbert Kendricks, who will probably last on the board a little bit longer because he's a running back. But, like, wow, what do I do? I don't know. I probably I know it's going to be unpopular. I should probably trade down. I'm going to move down to where the Broncos are, and I'm going to reassess the board, and hopefully my decision gets a lot easier. Because I would be happy with any of those 3, really. Just, it'll be cheaper if it's outside of the top 10 anyway. We'll see if we can get anything extra for it. If anything, I don't mind just taking it anyway because it's more money for the top 10 pick anyway. All right, number 7, Mason Cole, and a 5 gets me number 11 and a 4th next year. Trying to replenish that draft class a little bit, or those picks a little bit next year. And really, this is just like a monetary decision. Again, I don't really care who I get. If everyone's still available at number 11, whatever, it's going to be a little bit annoying, and they are, because I still don't know who to take at this spot. I really don't. So I think Gilbert Kendricks is going to be the highest overall of the bunch, but it's not necessarily about overall. Del Russell's not, he's definitely the 3rd best of the bunch. So it's either Raheem Silvers. Do I want a defensive tackle to maybe kick outside? Looks like he has everything. Yeah, we're gonna take Raheem Silvers. He's a 78 overall, number 3 in the class, star better development. I think it was the right decision. Good block shed, power move, speed, strength. He can kind of do it all. Really versatile defensive tackle. Like that pick a lot. I'm interested to see what some of these other players are. Del Russell's only a 75. I think that running back's going to be available at 21, but I don't think I'm going to take him at 21. So he definitely is still available. Although I'm going to take probably Jeffrey Campbell. Now, he looks like he's incredible, but, like, here's the thing. Would I be overdrafting him? How late is he expected to stay on the board? I feel like he's going to go in the 1st round. 29 spots down. He's just not going to last that long. Here's what we'll do. I will take the running back now. Okay. And he's going to be very good. Like, great 40, great top skills, and he's a receiving back. He's going to be amazing. And then as soon as the first tackle goes off the board, it won't be him. I will move back up. But Gilbert Kendricks is a 76 overall, number 6 in the class. We took him at number 21, star better development. Break tackle's a little low, doesn't truck much. He's really more an elusive back that can catch the ball a little bit. So he's decent. I thought he'd be a little bit better, honestly, but not too bad. All right, I'm trading 2 2s for number 28 overall. Both left tackles went off the board quickly. I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have been, but thankfully it wasn't our guy. So he's still on the board. We're going to draft him now. Jeffrey Campbell out of Michigan State. Pretty great combine, amazing skills. Welcome to the team. He is a 78 overall, number 2 in the class. We took him at number 28. He is a beast. Not a great run blocker, but pretty good, and then he's a great pass blocker. So we've got ourselves a fantastic player there. Also, that's a star better development. I think it did. So we're having a great draft. We're having a great draft. So I know we had 4 first-round picks, but we did get 3 78s and a 76. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now let's see the highest overall player in the class. It was a 79. It was Trey Holcomb, who is a 3-4 end, which would have been good for our team. He's got good block shed. Not a power rusher at all. Or not a pass rusher at all, I should say. What is his development? Superstar, so that's pretty good. That would have been a nice player to have, but you never know what we have. I'm not going to check it out per usual. I like to be surprised. But we're definitely going to play these guys. We're going to find roles for them. I'm going to start the rookie running back over David Johnson because it makes no sense to keep rocking with David Johnson. And then we're going to figure out what to do on the offensive line. I think it means playing Campbell at guard for the time being. No, he's more of a pass. We're going to play Marcus Gilbert. No, what am I talking about? We're going to play Campbell at left tackle and then move Joel Bitonio back to guard. He's going to play right guard over Justin Pugh. That's going to be perfect. So he's already left tackle. We're in business. So this is the team for season number 2. It's improved a lot. That's what happens when you have as many first-round picks as we did, 4 of them, and they're all going to start. They're all going to play significant time, and they all should be very, very good contributors. Obviously, there's a whole strong safety, but I chose to go with a running back over the safety. We'll see how that decision ends up working out. We don't really know anything until we see what development traits are going to be. But let's go ahead and simulate to the midseason mark and see how we're doing. Might stop it early and trade Patrick Peterson or Chandler Jones, but I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. 2-4 at the midseason mark. That's not exactly very good. But Silvers, he has a development challenge against the Bills. So we got to hold them to less than 75 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown, or get him individual milestones, which is unlikely that's going to happen. But let's go ahead and see these development traits. So I think he's only going to be star, unfortunately. I think we might have been just all stars. So Campbell is star, which is not bad. How has Kendricks not played enough snaps? That's so wild to me. Start playing more. Like, I don't know. Defensively, we have, okay, yep, superstar X Factor for Xavier Mccloud. That is awesome. In case you care about his abilities, he's got Fearmonger and actually doesn't have an ability slot left yet because he's not high enough overall. Chandler Jones is someone I should replace right now. And then Raheem Silvers, he's going to be star because they already showed us like the development breakout challenge. He's going to be star, unfortunately. But due to Patrick Peterson being an expiring contract and Chandler Jones going out, we got to trade him. We have to. I don't want to watch him regress in front of our very eyes. Buda Baker, I want back. Larry Ogunjobi, I probably will sign if he doesn't want too much. That's a little bit expensive, but I think I can probably manage that. Buda Baker for sure. But yeah, Pat Pete's got to go. Great Cardinal. You could definitely argue he's one of their best players in team history. Like you look at Larry Fitzgerald probably being the number one. Maybe talk about Larry Wilson, the safety in like the 60s. Patrick Peterson is right up there. He really is. There's absolutely no trade market for Patrick Peterson or Chandler Jones within the parameters of the salary cap. So, yikes. So, I guess we'll re-sign Patrick Peterson. Pay him over 10 a year, over 12. And he wants a higher bonus. You're going to be an 83 overall. I don't know. All right, Larry Ogunjobi and Buda Baker are both back. And that is all I'm going to worry about. Patrick Peterson, again, I don't know. Playoff time, we're not going to make it. We need a playbook change ASAP because the offense is as terrible as you can imagine. We finished 6-10. It's not where we want to be, I can assure you. 28th in offensive yard. It's just not working. We're going to go, due to the mobile quarterback, we're going to go try Carolina playbook or something like that. What a rushing attack. Holy Lord, is it terrible. Oh my, I don't even want to look at those numbers. Christian Kirk with a great year, though. The sole great year on our team offensively. Jordan Hicks with a monster year. 9.5 sacks for Chandler Jones. Only 5 for the rookie Xavier Mccloud. A little bit disappointing. We might be changing full systems, like defensively and offensively, as we have 2 defensive touchdowns for Buda Baker and Patrick Peterson. Josh Allen wins MVP. Maybe we'll try Buffalo playbook. Who knows? NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Ezekiel Elliott. No Cardinals. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. Jordan Hicks at 8. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Gilbert Kendricks. Really? With those numbers? Okay. And the Defensive Rookie of the Year, Xavier Mccloud, which I guess I'll take it. I would have preferred it to go to Raheem Silvers just because McLeod is already superstar X Factor. Like, yeah, he's getting more XP, but for what exactly? We're going to go to the offseason. We're going to make some big plays in free agency. We're going to have another good draft. We're going to build this team up. And most importantly, again, we are going to change the playbook because it's so terrible. We can't have this bad of an offense and the defense be lackluster. Both are not going to work. Kendricks only has star development. Christian Kirk got upgraded to superstar. I assume he made the Pro Bowl after that great year. That's what did it. Yep, Pro Bowl appearance and plus superstar development. And then show me something defensively. Show me some upgrades. No. Chandler Jones is down to an 81. I knew I should have traded him. Patrick Peterson down to an 83. It is what it is. McLeod is up to an 84. He's a beast. He's our edge of the future. He's already surpassed Chandler Jones by a lot in just his rookie season. He's probably going to move down to defensive end. I think we're going to change to a 4-3 completely and then have Larry Ogunjobi just be a backup defensive tackle, which I think is going to be a pretty good fit for him. And then we'll get McLeod at defensive end. We'll get Chandler Jones at defensive end, and we just need an off-the-ball linebacker and a safety on defense, as well as probably a cornerback. And then offensively, the offensive line's looking pretty good overall. We could just use just another offensive lineman and a tight end and receiver. But the team could be worse. Maybe I'll draft a running back again. Who knows? Patrick Peterson not interested in signing. We could franchise tag him. We have the money for it. It's only $4 million more than what we would have paid him anyway. We'll franchise tag Patrick Peterson, get him for just another year. That'll probably be his final year. And then we will see what's available in free agency, and I'm excited to see the draft class as well. Okay, I wish I had more money because Tre'Davious White is here. Chidobe Awuzie is here. Ryan Ramczyk is here. These are free agents that you rarely see, if ever. OJ Howard is here and I need a tight end. And now I don't have the money for it. Well, that's no good. All right, so Hassan Reddick, we could save a lot of money by getting rid of him. So I think I sneezed maybe. We're going to cut Hassan Reddick. And we'll leave that in. Why not? That's kind of funny. His sneezing's funny. Hilarious. We're also going to cut Max Williams. We're just looking to create a little bit of cap space. Why not? Justin Pugh's kind of a decent chunk here. We're going to release him. We'll deal with the penalty. It's whatever. Okay, so we got OJ Howard. We did not get Tre'Davious White. That's a little bit disappointing. I guess maybe our consolation prize can be Chidobe Awuzie. Who did we sign? Oh, yeah, OJ Howard. That's a big addition. But I still would very, very much like to get Chidobe Awuzie. And we could move Buda Baker to cornerback if we want. We have money. We're good. We just need to figure it out. Now the Patriots are trying to steal Ramczyk? I don't think so. No offers still made for Awuzie. He's expensive, but guess what? If you don't pay him all that money, you don't have to. If you don't offer him. So we'll give him 66 points into that. It's under 8 per year, I think, so that's fine. All right, we got Ryan Ramczyk. Big addition. However, that tells me that Awuzie is... I thought he'd had some other offers in there. I guess not. That could still very much happen. And we got Chidobe Awuzie as well. So, huge free agent class. Maybe the biggest one I've had in a recent rebuild. So, our offensive line is awesome at this point. Just Lamont Gaillard could be improved upon, but he's fine. I still need a stud receiver. And then defensively, we've got our Patrick Peterson replacement in Awuzie. We have Byron Murphy still. I could use a safety. I could use an off-the-ball linebacker because we cut Hassan Reddick to make it all possible, which had to happen. It had to. I think it's very clear to see. Wow, what a tight end. Rich McGee. That sounds like a fake name, like someone who has a lot of money. Oh, what's your name? Oh, yeah, I'm Rich McGee. Okay. Well, he's really slow, but also he's a great receiver. He's an interesting guy. I'm not going to be mad about missing him. However, this running back looks like he's pretty sick. We're at number 8 overall, and I did not think this player would be available. Gilbert House. Now, he looks weird because his top stats are not particularly good ones. He's got high awareness and catching. But he's a zone style, so I think his zone coverage is still going to be good. He's really fast, 4.45 speed. That's quite good for a safety. I feel like why not take a shot at him? What else do we have here, So we're going to go ahead and draft him. Gilbert House out of Auburn. He is a 77 overall, number 4 in the class. We took him at number 8. Star better development. 92 speed, 76 zone. Nice tackling. Good pursuit. High awareness. Block sheds low. What is his catching? 75. That is pretty good. Dude's name is Ronald Donaldson. Sometimes it's the simple things that just make me laugh. It's probably because I have the IQ of a child. But, I don't know. What should we do here? There's no reason to take a defensive tackle, although I will say that Corey Clifford does look great. Just doesn't make sense to take him. I would consider one of these corners, if not both of them, and just have a 6 secondary. There are 2 cornerbacks that I think are quite good. Kasim Flowers and Reynaldo Walden. Why not? Let's take him. Kasim Flowers, 76 overall, number 6 in the class. We took him at number 16. Only normal development, which is a little bit disappointing. But he's already a high overall. He'll be a decent depth pickup, if anything. Corey Clifford's still available at 22. But I got to make the smart decision. I'm just going to trade down. If I can get a second-round pick, I want to take that cornerback. So 2021-2, I think is going to be the move. Ooh, this move with Seattle is going to be definitely the best. All right, there we go. Second-round pick this year and next year for this late first. Totally fine with doing that. And then we'll take the cornerback that we want late here in the second round. All right, Reynaldo Walden out of Michigan State is a 76 overall, number 7 in the class. Star or better development. Not bad for a 4th-round projected guy. Number 58 is where we got him. Good zone coverage, amazing speed, good tackling. We might swap him and Buda Baker, move Buda Baker to corner, and then move Reynaldo Walden back to free safety. I don't know. I haven't decided. We have a lot of versatility, a lot of options, which is fantastic. Third round pick, we'll take Ellis Marsh. He's an offensive lineman, and he is a 71 overall with star or better development. Okay, high pass block. I'm sorry, Lamont Gaillard. I think we might have our new starting center, and that will do it for this draft. Did I say draft weird? Why did I feel like I said draft weird, but you know. So Rich McGee was the highest overall player in the class. I already know he's got superstar plus dev. No, only star? All right. I guess I didn't know. I just figured with a name like Rich McGee, he'd have something working for him. And the other top player was a halfback, Howard Lyons, 78 overall. He's got superstar X Factor, I bet. Only star? I'm off my game today with the guessing, which maybe is a good thing. All right, here's what's going to happen. We're going to make a very strange move, and that is moving Buda Baker to linebacker. It's the money backer. The Cardinals kind of like were notorious for doing that with Dayon Buchanan a few years back. And Buda Baker's the next guy. He's an 82 overall, and he's a good addition to our linebacking core. And now I know what you're thinking. He's 5'10", 195. Not much of a linebacker. But it doesn't matter. It's his role. It's his ability. And we're going to make it work. And we're also going to move to a 4-3. We have way too much depth, but it's better than having none at all. Write that quote down. That's pretty good. All right, so this is going to be the team for season number 3, I want to say. We're going to have Marsh start over Lamont Gaillard. That star development is, or better, who knows, is going to be quite good. Garland is not a player in this. Garland, what am I? I think I just went brain dead. Interesting. But yeah, we're going to try to make him an elusive back, I guess. Build that up as more of a running back than just someone who catches the football. Not really a true number 1 at the moment. We still need to improve our receiving core, but the offense, I think, is very, very good. And then defensively, we're sticking in 3-4. I've just changed the book. I think I went with New York Giants, maybe? They're usually pretty good for a 3-4. So we'll see what type of pressure we can generate. We've got some good players out here. We need to improve at edge. And that's pretty much it. I moved Walden to free safety. House is going to play strong safety. We had a great group of guys. I don't know why I'm talking so weird, but yeah. Mid-season mark. We are 4-3. We got a positive record. Now, are we third in the NFC West? Sure we are, but we're still in position to make a play for the division, which is really all we're looking for. Patrick Peterson, we got to let go. Chandler Jones, we got to let go. David Johnson, we got to let go. Out with the old, in with the new. Christian Kirk's going to stick around, though, for probably too much money. But it's a 6-year deal. He'll be here until he's 30. Maybe Christian Kirk can be the new Larry Fitzgerald. Probably not. Let's check out these development traits. Yep, Marsh has star. You had to figure it was going to be. It's so rare that you get superstar or even higher. And all of our defensive draft picks were star development as well. So, again, a little bit lackluster, but it's all right. They're good players regardless of that. Hopefully they'll get development trait upgrades. I think what we really need to do is make the playoffs, and then the pieces of the puzzle are going to start fitting together a little bit more easily and clearly. We did not make the playoffs, as I think was somewhat expected, 7-9, so we're improving, but barely. The team is certainly much better. We're an 86 overall, 88 offense, but the team is just not quite managed to put it all together as the Titans are moving and they're going to become some stupid name team. Kyler Murray with a pretty good year. Interceptions are a bit high, but pretty good year. We need a true number 1 running back. It's not Gilbert Kendricks. Our offense is just not really clicking the way that I'd like it to. Buda Baker with a pretty solid year. Do we have high sack totals? Like, not really. I'd love to get some more pressure. Ronald Walden with 2 picks is cool. Forced fumbles, only 1. We get a defensive touchdown. It was Ronald Walden. I don't know, man. This team, we're close. Oh, maybe we'll go Baltimore playbook. That's probably the move with Lamar Jackson. We had Kyler Murray. Let's just do the same thing they're doing. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Todd Gurley. Defensive Player of the Year, Bobby Wagner. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Rich McGee. This guy, he's going to be in my nightmares. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Ronald Walden. Okay. David Johnson is down to a 76. Chandler Jones down to a 78. Patrick Peterson down to a 77. As I said, it just doesn't make sense to bring those guys back. And it's going to be a lot of money off the books, which is going to give us, you guessed it, more flexibility to work in free agency depending on who's there and re-sign some of our better players as we move on with this rebuild. We got 45 mil to potentially bring in some difference makers. Jair Alexander's here. Although Michael Gallup probably should be the highest priority just because he's a receiver and that's really where we're weakest. Although our defense is not that high of an overall, we could use, I don't know, could use a corner. We don't need one necessarily. Edge is going to be a high priority. And we could move to a 4-3 as I talked about if we wanted to, if we got another off-the-ball linebacker. And then we could move like one of these guys back to corner and Buda Baker back to safety. We need two off-the-ball linebackers in that case. We got Leighton Vander Esch and Jair Alexander. Now we can really do whatever we want because we have a stud corner in Jair Alexander. That's awesome. We have 3 superstar X-Factor players on defense. And I think it is finally time. I mean, do we move to a 4-3? I'm one player away. It's an off-the-ball linebacker. That's it. I still don't have the edge rusher. I mean, I could have Hicks, Buda Baker, and Leighton Vander Esch. That'd be fine for a linebacking corner at 4-3, but I don't have the edge. I need an edge rusher. That's it. Okay. At least we know where we are. I need an edge rusher. Cornerbacks are great. Offense is pretty good. I need an edge rusher. I need there to be a sick edge rusher in the draft. Please. Guess what there isn't in this class? A good defensive tackle. Great. I still need an edge. Can I get away with playing Leighton Vander Esch on the edge? Maybe. I might just end up trading the pick for a great player. Like if Khalil Mack is available for trade, that's what's happening. Oh, okay. A first and a second gets me Khalil Mack. Barely within the cap. But that's a pretty good trade for us, I'd like to say. There's the defense set. Took a quarterback here in the second round out of Texas. Malcolm Lee, be a good backup for us. Also happens to have star better development, so not too bad. Could be a trade piece, but more than likely, he's just like a cool pick in this class. Best player available here late in the second. This is the team for what might end up being the final season. Good offensive line. We've got I don't know. The rest of the offense isn't amazing, but our defense really is incredible. 2 great edge rushers in Xavier Mccloud and Khalil Mack. Leighton Vander Esch can play middle linebacker for us. Buda Baker's kicked outside. Jordan Hicks is in there. Secondary looks like it could be pretty good. We've got a hell of a group of players, and all I hope is that we can come out here and win a few games this year, maybe even make the playoffs. Small goals. All right, midseason mark. We are 4-2-1. Okay, we've got a legitimate shot at this. Like, actually, we actually do this year. So I'm not going to get my hopes up, or yours, obviously, but I do think there is a chance for us to actually make the playoffs. We got a great defense. Looks like they're finally playing up to the level that they need to. And as long as they continue to do so, I think we're going to be in a great position. Okay, first round bye. That's what I'm talking about. 10-5-1, so not the best record. But the league gets kind of weird in simulation after a few years anyway. The offense was about middle of the road, which leads me to believe that the defense was probably, well, I was going to guess like top 5, but 10th in yards. We didn't really score many points. We had the second defense in terms of points allowed. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Kyler Murray with a good year. Didn't turn over the ball really at all. Gilbert Kendricks kind of sucks. I guess I'm going to stop taking receiving backs, maybe. But Christian, well, it depends on their ability, I guess. But Christian Kirk appears to have quite a good season. And then defensively, I mean, Awuzie had 99 tackles. A lot of guys had 99 tackles. A lot of pressure. Xavier Mccloud, 11.5 sacks. 6.5 for Jarrett. 4.5 for Silver. 17 for Khalil Mack. The sack attack from the red and black now. 3 picks for Buda Baker. Forced fumbles, only 3 as a team. At least 1 defensive touchdown, though, from Buda Baker. Converted LB. And then our yearly awards, Josh Allen wins MVP. Kyler Murray at number 6. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Josh Allen. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Kyler Murray. Wow, okay. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. All right. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Joey Brake. We got Buck Raider. That is a sick name. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Joey Hughes. No Cardinals, but I mean, we've got a hell of a good team. I am ready to see what this team is capable of doing in the playoffs. I think we really have the capability of going all the way. So let's do it. Let's get it done, and let's win a Super Bowl and call it a video. I'm in. Oh yeah, I forgot that every time we make the playoffs with an NFC team, we're gonna meet the Panthers. And for whatever reason, the Panthers in simulation are what seems to be nearly unbeatable. So I'd like to say we'll be able to win even at home, but I think I know better than that. They're an 85 overall to our 90, but I'm already thinking it's not looking good. Hell of a game so far. It's 13-13 in the fourth quarter. Very defensive game so far. We're going to jump in here with a minute and 10 seconds. Time's ticking actively. We have Kyler Murray. It's a shame he didn't get up to superstar development because we'd have like some cool abilities on him probably. But we're going to roll out. I don't really see anything, so we're just going to throw it away on 2nd and 2, play it safe. My entire plan is just run with Kyler Murray. That's really it. It looks like Brian Burns is coming off the edge. A little bit worried about that, but we're going to check down in front of Luke Kuechly. Spin back with Christian Kirk. Dive, end zone, touchdown. That dive was so risky, but it pays off. And I'm actually tempted to go for 2 here. I know that's not a great decision, but, like, let's grow a pair and let's make a play. Here we go. They blitz, and we got O.J. Howard. I really didn't mean to press that. I wanted triangle, but the 2-point conversion successful. They sent heavy pressure. But I think we might be able to win here as long as the defense can play well for 40 seconds. That's all it's going to take. Don't let them get over the top or in field goal range. They're taking a deep shot. That should have been intercepted. There we go. Owuzie off the tip. And I'm like, if we would have run backwards for a safety, I would have cried on camera, and it would be something that you would not be able to unsee. You would just know that about me now, that I would have cried for sure. We're just going to go down. Game over. We win by 1. Yikes. What a game that was. Cowboys in the conference championship. All right, I guess let's go ahead and hop right into it. We'll upgrade Dominic Blaylock, as I'm sure he's a big contributor to this team. But we're going to AT&T, Arlington, Texas. Dallas Cowboys are at 85 overall. Not too bad. But we got Owuzie, we got Leighton Vander Esch. We're basically the Cardinals, or the Cowboys anyway. Pretty close game so far. 17-17 as we head into the fourth quarter. Offense goes up 24-17, now 31-17. It should be all over here as long as we play defense for one final drive. We pretty much, I don't know, our defense kind of like let us down a little bit, but we finished 38-31 over the Cowboys, and this Cardinals team, for the first time since Kurt Warner was the quarterback, is heading back to the Super Bowl. No Larry Fitzgerald, sorry, but he also is retired now, so even though we traded him, it doesn't matter. He retired. So Super Bowl time against the Broncos. They went 11-4-1. I guess it's time we'll upgrade and we'll see the final team. Because I suppose it is possible that there were some development upgrades. It is Super Bowl week, so that's always a fun thing to see. Maybe Kyler Murray finally went up to Superstar. He did not. Christian Kirk went up to Superstar X Factor, though. I also do want to see Malcolm Lee. He's already up to a 77 overall. I'm curious what his development is. I'm just going to look at it. It's only star. Whatever. It's not like he would have started over Kyler Murray anyway. And then defensively, Buda Baker went up to Superstar. So that's very nice to see. It's just, I like the color, you know, like it's like the red, the yellow flash so much more than the silver. I say yellow, I mean, I guess that's gold or whatever, but we're playing in Arizona. So you'd like to think we'd have some sort of advantage playing at home in the Super Bowl, 90 overall to the Broncos 82. I think we can do this. I think we might be able to do this here. We need another score to go up. I think that's going to be good. 27-6. That is the ball game. The Arizona Cardinals are Super Bowl champions, knocking off Vic Fangio, Andrew Luck, that's right, and the Denver Broncos. He pretty much always goes to the Broncos. But we managed to beat Madden. That was a very symbolic victory. As in every fantasy rebuild, Andrew Luck is on the Broncos. But I will take it, man. It's always nice to win the Super Bowl. Especially when you have a good team. It doesn't always work out this way, but very successful. I'm thrilled with the result, and I think that's pretty much going to do it for the videos, guys, or the video. Yeah, I'm quitting YouTube. This was the last one. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Like if you enjoyed. Give me a comment. And I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.